Good morning, Karen from Quantum Heart Awakening. How are we doing today? Today we're just going to do a daily check-in, see what's going on. I am in still a post-ecstatic dance glow. I had my first workshop last night, workshop, ecstatic dance, whatever you want to call it. It was so lovely. It was so nice to be in community. And I've been sort of off the grid for like 3 or 4 years. So it was a lovely kind of homecoming in that capacity. Anyway, I'm just chit-chatting while I'm shuffling. I'm trying to shuffle this deck extra because we have been getting so many repeating messages that I just have to give it some extra shuffles. Okay, are we ready? I think we're ready. We'll just do a little bit of one of these. Okay, daily check-in, just a regular old oracle reading. What do we have to know? What are we working with, Spirit? What do we need to know for the highest and best good of self and the planet? What would support us in our consciousness journey? What would support us on this path to illumination? What do we need to know? What are we working with? Nothing's coming out, Spirit. What would you like to share with us? I'll stay here all day. I will stay here all day. Let me shuffle one more time. Sometimes that is what's called for. Okay, Spirit, what do we need to know for the highest and best good of self and the planet? Oh, we had a flipper and it flipped back. Okay, interesting. I am going to take that. We have effort. So it literally flipped over the deck and then flipped back. So, And then, I love how these cards come out. Anything else, Spirit? Okay. Physical activity in reverse. That came out yesterday. And environment in reverse. Okay, I really want to start on that effort card. So, remember, this is a collective oracle reading. This isn't masculine, feminine. This is for everybody. Where have you been a little wishy-washy with your intention and effort? You know, have you said you wanted to do something and maybe you did it for a day and then you kind of fell out of the habit? Well, you're being called to anchor in and really ground whatever your efforts are. What else did we just get? We just got synchronicity. And what are we working with? Perseverance came out in reverse. I'll just put it here for now. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? This is an interesting reading. I hate saying interesting. I feel like I say it every 5 seconds, but it just comes out of my mouth because it is an interesting reading. But these cards feel like every single card feels like its own reading. It doesn't really feel like a flow. Oh, wait, this might have just connected it. All right, so this came out a few readings ago. Are some of you avoiding a spiritual career? Are some of you avoiding your gifts, your healing abilities, your ability to help shift collective consciousness? Is there something in you that is lying dormant for a very long time? Because as you take a step towards more intention, a more succinct, clear intention of where you want to invest your efforts, your energetic currency, the environment around you will change and the quantum field will start syncing up with you and you will start syncing up with it, right? So that the synchronicity is, it's like the way I talk about synchronicities to people is that it's a language. It's not just a feather on the sidewalk. It's a whole language, right? The universe is communicating with you and you are with it, right? We're in constant communication. It's just that our awareness is blocking these types of these conversations, right? So as you become more succinct and more intentional about where you're investing your efforts, everything will start, like all of these reversals will flip, right? So you'll come in more into alignment with your environment. You will have different, I'm very drawn to these two cards right here. We have a healing and physical activity in reverse. Remember yesterday, I can't remember who it was for. Wait, do I remember? was it Union Energies? You guys might know more than I would. Um, Around the body stuff, the weight. I think I asked the question, are some of you having a hard time either feeling strong in your body, or do you feel like your body's holding on to weight? Again, as you come into more alignment, your body and nervous system will relax and you won't have to carry that weight any longer. There won't be an evolutionary need to carry that weight. So there's something here about, by becoming more intentional with your energetic currency, where you're investing your time, your resources, your energy, it will help you step into a more sustainable physical activity regimen. And something about that work of just coming into alignment will support your healing. Now, this healing could be physical healing, but it could also just be mental, spiritual, emotional healing on a quantum level. Yeah, I'm going to put this It's really interesting. I mean, we had that flipper effort card, and then we have perseverance in reverse. Oh, you know what? I didn't check the, what do we have in the unconscious? Oh, I'm not surprised, because yesterday in the unconscious, I believe we had rest and rejuvenation. So yeah, the more you take space for yourself, the more you'll have access to this clarity. The more your awareness will have space and time to work itself out at its own pace, right? We can't rush an answer. Yeah, we can, but it also might abandon or betray a piece of self, an important piece of the puzzle. So really take a time out. See, I mean, let me just offer us a profound amount of grace right now. It's hard sometimes to take a time out. It's hard even to just take 10 minutes in our day. So let's remember, have a lot of grace for yourself, because we're learning to come into relationship with this thing called consciousness in a way that's sustainable and in a way that's kind to self. Yes, sure. If you want to completely jump off the cliff and blow up your life tomorrow, cool. Awesome. If you feel that a calling to that, that's amazing. That's what I did. I was at a retreat in Arizona, and in that moment, I had a thought. I was like, I'm going to sell my belongings, I'm going to sell my house, and I'm going to quit my job. And when I got home, I did exactly that. That's not for everybody. I tried to do that 6 years ago, I couldn't do it. I wasn't ready to do it. However, 4 years ago or three, whatever it was, through 2021, I was ready to do that. I had the firm foundation where I was able to leap off the cliff, right? I created my own safety net in a sense. And the quantum field, because I was in resonance, I'm getting full body chills, by the way, because I was in resonance, the quantum field was my safety net. Right? I was in full dialogue with the realm of spirit. I was in full dialogue with the quantum field. And now we're in this kind of cool symbiotic relationship where I need something and it shows up. This is just a crazy example. I'm anchoring a new, oh, my voice is going out. Hold on. I'm anchoring a new event space, and I needed, I was like up late looking at how to buy, let me be more specific. I'm anchoring there's a big event space and then a smaller event space I have access to for like workshops and smaller things. And I wanted to get yoga mats and backjack chairs and yoga blankets, and just to have these things available so that when someone wants to come create some magic, we can provide all these things. So I was up late at night looking on Amazon, looking on all these places on where I could buy these things in an affordable way in bulk. Like I would be buying like 40 or 50 of each thing. So it's not a small amount, right? And I'm working alongside a nonprofit, so it's not like we're rolling in dough right now. I'm just starting my business, so I'm not in a position to spend a huge chunk on this type of thing. Can I tell you, a friend of mine put me in contact with another old friend of mine who has all of these things to donate. She's like, I have yoga mats, I have blankets, I have bolsters, and I was so touched by this. And also, I have Carolyn Mace's words in my ear that says, we have to take the extraordinary out of God. You say a prayer, you have to get in the energy that, of course, it's answered, right? You make a request out to the universe, of course, it will be answered. Of course, you will be responded to with exactly what you need, who you need. Circumstances will shift around you so that you can invest this piece of your life force, this seed. Ooh, I'm getting this beautiful visual that when we vote, right, we're always voting with our energetic currency. When we put these votes out to the universe of what we want to invest in, whether it's a business, a person, a relationship, a job, whatever it is, we are mobilizing our life force. We are using all of our energetic currency, or our prana, if you will, to animate that reality, right? This is really important. I hope you're paying attention and taking notes, or just listen to it again, because we literally vote every second of every day with our attention, with our awareness. And of course, we also vote with our other currency, our financial currency. Where are you investing your dollar? Where are you investing your time, your awareness, your attention? Are you doom scrolling all day, or are you connecting with people and having meaningful relationships and conversations? Are you getting what you need out of life? If you're not, start to look inward and say, okay, where am I voting? Where am I investing my attention and awareness? Are those investments supporting me? Okay. My voice is going out. I did a lot of talking and yelling and screaming yesterday on the dance floor. It was awesome. Okay, where are we? Let's get back. Yeah, again, just going to anchor this again. Some of you putting off a spiritual career? What even comes to mind when I say that? Are some of you incredible speakers and you have a gift of speaking? Are some of you incredible teachers, yoga instructors, Reiki masters, sound healers, tantrikas, dakinis? I'm trying to think of other cool people, magical people. Are you a wizard? Are you a witch? Do you have any sort of cool ability that would support the shift of collective consciousness towards authenticity, unconditional love, and infinite oneness? What is this thing? Are you an incredible writer? Are you an incredible parent? Are your skills of raising children off the charts? Are you just like the Olympian of parents? Are you incredible at raising money? I just got full body chills and emotional because we all have so many unique gifts, and we don't have to do it alone. Like, something so beautiful is happening that I'm working alongside this nonprofit. It's such a win-win situation, and magic happens when we come together. She's supporting me with giving me access to this beautiful space, and I'm supporting her by like building out all these things that she needs for her to launch. And it's just this weirdly magnetizing energy when we come together. So if a spiritual career is daunting, maybe it's because you're not meant to do it alone. Maybe you're meant to hook up with other people. I just started I think I already told you this, but I started a Facebook group called Conscious Events in Connecticut and Beyond. And I did that because first of all, I was sick of posting my stuff in like 1,000 groups. I rather just have one group for Connecticut and, New England area. I should start a bigger group for like all of us, like globally, because there's so many of you that are so beautifully all over the world and listening to me all the time. And I'm just so grateful for your presence and attention. Why? Because you are voting. Every time you watch my video, you are voting with your attention. You are investing your precious life force prana energy into me. I don't take that lightly. I am so grateful for that. Sorry, I'm trying to fight back the ugly crying right now because I have a ton of mascara on, but whatever, and I have to start my day. But it's like these things, we have to bring our micro awareness to these micro moments. When we become present in these in-between moments, we increase the quality of our awareness. We increase the richness of it, right? We can't get more time necessarily, right? We can't, once time is past, it's past. We can't get more time. We can't buy it. We can't grow it. We can't get more time. However, we can increase the quality and the perception of our time, the richness of our time. Picture it like you're having a meal, right? You can eat food just to eat food. You could have like shitty food, right? And you could still survive on that shitty food. But think about your experience when you have the most delectable, delicious, juicy, wonderful meal. It's like a revelation with food, and it's like nothing really changed other than the quality of the food that you're eating. And that gives us life, right? That's we invested in an energetic experience that is actually going to give us a return on our investment, an experience that we get to live off the dividends from. This is I hope this is making sense. I'm getting full body chills, like it's like electricity all through my body, but I hope this is making sense because this is literally everything. This is everything you will confront on this path of illumination. And again, it's like how much is your your sensory system, your sensorial experience willing to tolerate? Because if you sit in silence in whatever experience you're in, there is an infinite amount of things available for you to perceive. That's not a small awareness. Is this landing? Do you understand how big this is? That you have an infinite amount that you can extract from an experience. I mean, shit, this is like, this is it. This is what ignites the soul. We want our soul to be on fire in the best way. What do I mean by that? I mean, you want to move through the world with your passion ignited, your first three chakras ignited. You're grounded in your upper three chakras in the quantum field, in source consciousness, Christ consciousness, whatever you want to call it. This is how the chakra system works. The lower three ground us in 3D reality. The upper three or four, or if you believe in the 15, 6, whatever, however many chakras, that anchors us in the 5D. Our hearts, our literal heart center, is the bridge, is the transpersonal bridge that alchemizes 5D experience to 3D and 3D experience to 5D. This is what we're learning how to sustain. It's like when you're going into a high climate, an altitude, you can't just be dropped off at an elevation of 20,000 feet without having some symptoms of that, right? We have to calibrate slowly our system. We have to ascend slowly. Sometimes if we ascend too fast, we literally will get sick. It's happened to me both physically from altitude and both physically from spiritual, energetic altitude. When you've kind of like blasted off out of the room into consciousness and you're just like tripping. And I don't even mean through drugs. I just mean through your awareness, your own consciousness. That's how powerful your consciousness is. Whew. Okay, that was a hardcore rant. I hope it was useful. Let's see what else we can get. Where are we going? I don't even know where we are. Spiritual career, perseverance, effort, becoming more intentional with your effort, taking a rest, taking a time out to rejuvenate and rest so you can access that source wisdom. Where do we go? Do we want goddess cards? Yes, I do. All right, Spirit. I never shuffled these. Let me shuffle these. Thanks for being with me here today. I'm feeling you're getting a good Karen today because let me correct myself. There are no good and bad Karens. There's just a spectrum of Karen, right? There's just a spectrum of ourselves. And no energy is good or bad. We might perceive it as good or bad. We might label it as good or bad. But right now, I feel less dense. I feel lighter. I feel motivated. I feel excited to create things for community. I feel excited to step deeper into my mission and purpose. I'm 39. I'm going to be 40 at the end of February. Pisces life. And it's taken me a while to get here. And I'm so grateful that I'm here. And I get to help other people get to wherever they need to go, right? Because I'm not helping people get to where I am. Even though if you want to get to where I am, cool. But I'll help you do whatever. But I'm helping people get to where they need to go, which could look very different from me. Okay, what are we working with, Spirit? What do we need to know? What else are we confronting? What else is in the way? Let me look at these. I was going to get everything, but yep. Okay, we're getting repeating messages. Speak up and celestial alignment. So, okay, the way I'm reading this is, I got to call you out. I got to call you out with love and say, Do some of you have like a profound experience with source, with the divine, with the other side? And are you not, do you hide that? There's some, like, I almost want to, hold on, let's regroup. I don't really care about this deck anymore because we are on a whole new situation. So we have this spiritual career in reverse, and then we have celestial alignment and speaking up. Like, hello, it's a very clear message here. So where is your throat chakra blocked? Immediately start wearing more blue. I don't care if you don't believe in it. It works. My mother, it was so perfect. I wanted something blue to wear around my neck, and my mother was getting rid of those gaiters, those like loop neck scarves that are light, and she had a blue one. I'm like, see, ask and you shall receive. It's so wild how these things happen. We also had storms. Let me think about that for a moment. But let me go back to my other. Do you hear how I'm so excited and bubbly today, and I want to share with you all the messages? I'm also losing my voice, so my tonsils are not very happy that I'm speaking, but whatever. So the message is so clear. Are some of you mediums? Do some of you talk to people that have passed on? Do some of you talk to Christ, to Buddha, to Allah, to Krishna, to who? Some of you have these profound gifts of spiritual gifts. And what is blocking you from speaking power into these things? Whoops, I'm knocking everything over. Excuse me, sorry. What is blocking your throat chakra? Is it fear of like judgment or criticism? Is it fear of like retribution or something that someone would attack you for your beliefs? I mean, that's real. I'm not criticizing it, and I'm not saying you shouldn't have those fears. Those are your sacred fears. That's your truth, and no one can tell you otherwise because you've developed those discernments around a whole lifetime of experience, right? I can't tell you what you should and should not do. I can help you find a path through your own thick forest, but we all have our own density that we're learning to navigate, which is a collection of our own experiences, everything from, bliss, beauty, whatever, to trauma, fear, grief, sorrow, whatever it is. So, let's just start to lean in and ask yourselves, what is preventing me from stepping into these gifts? A message that's been very clear for the collective for the last, I don't know, I'm going to dare to say about a year, is that the days of the witch hunts are over. And yes, that's a bold statement. Let me clarify. Hold on. Yes, it's a bold statement. And on a main level, it's true. They're not going to burn you at the stake for saying that you like to read oracle cards. I mean, maybe there are parts of the world where that literally might happen. I have no idea. That's out of my jurisdiction. But it's safe to take a step forward. We've reached a critical mass of consciousness where you will find your people. So maybe that's your first step. I don't know if that feels good to you. Like I had a lot of questions, and so I found a few random Facebook groups, and then it opened me up to this other world, and then I started doing retreats, and then I met more people that were just asking the same kind of questions that I was asking. That's the best thing. Like, that's my greatest advice to you, is find people that are asking similar questions that you're asking. I find that those experiences are way richer than trying to find someone who has all the answers. It's just trying to find a guru or a teacher or a mentor. Yes, that's a powerful, beautiful experience. But in my personal experience, those experiences have been much more limiting than finding people that are rowing in the same direction as you, that are asking the same questions. Then you have a kind of a peer relationship where you get to bounce ideas off one another, and you get to like just traverse consciousness together. I call them my consciousness buddies. And when I said that, my legs, I got full body chills up and down my body. So there's something here about the power of questions. We also, as I was talking, what does that say? Oh, pleasure in reverse. Wait, this is way too many. Hold on. This is really interesting. As I said that, this physical activity card started creeping towards the pleasure. Let me just, hold on. There's a message here. Let me just lean into this. what's really funny, okay, okay. I'm just laughing because we're gonna get sexual for a moment. So it didn't even dawn on me until this moment, and I laughed because Spirit had to like actually nudge the card towards me to get me to whatever. Um, this physical activity in reverse, I think it has also to do with your sensuality or sexuality or your sexual health and wellness. So remember where we started. We started with that flipper effort card, right? Where are you making wishy-washy efforts? Where can you come into a more pristine, intentional investment with your life force? By doing that, I think you will feel a little bit more grounded, and you won't feel like you're getting pulled in so many directions at once, or you won't feel like you're spreading your resources thin, right? You could probably move the needle a bit more if you're investing your energy in less things, more of your energy in less things than if you invest in more things with less energy. Does that make sense? So yeah, there's something here about if you, okay, I'm getting a very specific message, and I immediately, my heart went to divine masculines, and I don't want to call them out or judge anyone, but that this message came up in the past for divine masculines. But it's for, remember, this is for everybody. So feminines and masculines, are you investing your sexual life force in situations that are not a hell yes? Remember, if all yeses should be a hell yes, if it's not a hell yes, it's a no. And most importantly, if it's a maybe, it's a no. If it's a maybe, it's a no for now until you get more information and can negotiate and reach what you need to feel that hell yes, right? So if it's a maybe, do not do the thing. Do not hook up with the person or start that relationship or take that job or go to lunch with that acquaintance that you don't feel comfortable with. Do not betray yourself. So there's something here about getting even clearer. When you get clearer with your efforts, your pleasure will start to align. I mean, I'm just going to say it, your sex life will go from upside down to right side up. You know, your physical activity, your pleasure, maybe it might not be sexual as well. It could also just be what is pleasurable for you. It might be a long walk through the forest, you know. There's something here about by actually honoring your true boundaries, it will increase your pleasure. Like, that's it. I mean, and that's kind of obvious. Ooh, I just happened to look down. Look what's in the unconscious. We have shame. Okay. All right. I see you. I see you, shame. Okay. Sorry, that was just dense energy. We got to move it through the body so we don't keep it in, right? We got to keep moving. If you saw me right now, I'm swaying back and forth, like shifting my weight from left to right, just to keep the energy moving. We don't want it to be stagnant in our bodies, especially in our pelvis. Remember how important your root is, right? Whether you're masculine, feminine, whatever, we hold so much. Picture your pelvis like a bowl. It's like a bowl that holds the rest of your energy. It's a grounding holy grail, if you will. Okay, so again, if some of you are watching me for the first time, the card on the bottom of the deck for me is the unconscious position. That means it's the shadow position. That means, what are we pushing into the shadow? You know, the shadow is the place where we go to hide things that we're not ready to show the world. So, excuse me, getting like weird indigestion. That's not an accident that I was talking about our pelvis as a bowl and I'm swaying, and then all of a sudden I felt something come up. So yeah, I think that's shame. That's somebody's shame here. I literally sometimes embody the ailment of the person that I'm reading for, and that just happened. I haven't even eaten today. I've just had water in my stomach. There's no reason for me to have like indigestion right now. Yeah, shame is a hard thing. Shame is, it's a lot, it's big work. It's very big work. So, are some of you pushing, like, okay, there's two messages here. Okay, one very specific sensual sexual message of, does something give you pleasure that you're ashamed of? Is there something that really brings you a lot of sensual pleasure that you have shame around? And I'm just going to ask that question. I'm not going to say anything else. The other thing is going back to the spiritual gifts and talents. Do some of you have shame that you have these gifts? Like, were you raised in a family of like lawyers or doctors or accountants, but you're the most incredible medium, or oracle reader, or tarot reader, or sound healer? Do you have family ancestral shame that if you go and do this, you will be perceived in a certain way by your family or by your industry? Something that has come up, I need to wrap this reading up, but something that keeps coming up is one of my big readings we had, there was a lot of layoffs going on, right? Why is this happening? Well, because when consciousness rises, we become awakened to things that no longer serve the soul. And so there's these mass layoffs happening, right? Maybe you were in, the computer industry, or I don't know, I'm trying to think of another, or marketing or something like that, and you got laid off, and now you have nothing else to do but look at your gifts. Like, spirit might be forcing you, backing you into a corner and say, look at all these gifts you have. What are you doing? Why are you ignoring them? So there's something here about really confronting that shame, if there is any, regarding your gifts and talents, your spiritual gifts, your celestial alignment. Okay, wow. I mean, really, wow. Let's get a Buddha card. I just feel like I haven't gotten one of these in a while. Oh, we got a flipper immediately. It says, however many holy words you speak, what good will they be if you do not act upon them? Right? This is the 5D, 3D thing. This is the thing where we step into our heart chakra and we do the work to stand on that transpersonal bridge that's connecting our world to the next, and the other world to this world, right? To the earthly plane. And it's like our information center, where we stand on this bridge and we just stay open. We stay open, aware, and awake, and present to what could possibly come through us. Whew, I'm going to leave it there. This was such a good reading. I've been getting full body chills. I'm still getting them. I'm not even talking and I'm still getting them. Sending you so much love. I hope this was supportive. Please, if you need support, reach out. Things are a little crazy for me right now, but I could always squeeze in a client or a private reading. So let me know. Feel free to comment or email me at quantumheartawakening@gmail.com. Sending you so much love. See you in the next one.